What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshsmo, just in case you did not know so. And today, talk about our top 5, call it 5 edge rushers in the NFL draft. We doing defense. So, let's just begin with our number 1. We got Nick Bosa out of Ohio State. The guy's got a big motor. Big motor, man. He honestly, he looks just like his brother Joey. And in any other draft, he'd probably be first off the board. I mean, there's a good argument to be had. I mean, I think he's definitely the most complete edge rusher. He could play on the outside or the inside of a 3-4 defense. He could also play likewise all over the line on a 4-3 defense. So he's got a bit of a versatility. I don't think this guy can be blocked. You're gonna have to double up on this guy. He's a special talent. He was ready to once he got hurt, once he had that core injury, to sit out and heal up and start working on his college portfolio. No, his professional, I should say, portfolio, because man's gonna go early. I mean, real early. And at number 2, I got Josh Allen. And I ain't talking about Buffalo. I'm talking about the one out of Kentucky, baby. The man, I love him. He is a excellent player. He doesn't have exactly enough size to set the edge, especially when it comes to the run game. But I think he's underrated when it comes to that. Because the dude can be a force when it comes to run defending. But, I mean, let's talk about his strengths here. The man had 17 and a half sacks last year. He came out and just balled. Really, I don't see much of a bull rush in him, but strength really isn't his game. And then the man can cover. He can cover. He's got coverage ability. He was asked to drop back in zone many times at Kentucky. So it gives him a lot of versatility. He's a fun little toy play with, but I definitely see him kind of like an Anthony Barr, except for I think he has better pass rush potential, but he can cover. So it'd be interesting to see where he goes and who uses him and how they use him. And for my number 3, I got Montez Sweat out of Mississippi State. Montez. He went bonkers. There's that word again. Bonkers at the NFL Combine. He's a little lanky, but I think he's gonna go in the top 10. Man's full of potential. He produced well, especially the last 2 years here at Mississippi State. He can rush the passer, and like I said, he's a little lanky. But he put on some good weight before the combine. Had that amazing performance. But if you draft him, you're drafting him for the product you're going to get in the next 2 to 3 years when he grows more into that frame. I saw someone compare him to a Danielle Hunter that came out of LSU, the Vikings' current defensive end. And I think that's a really good comparison. And if that's his pro ceiling, well, shoot, man. That's an every down type of starter you want. And for my number 4, I got Michigan's Rashod Gary. Honestly, I wanted to put him a little lower on this list, but the potential is there, man. He had a great combine. At 277 pounds, he ran a 4.58 in the 40. That's just wow. And the dude, he can play anywhere on a 4-3 defense. That's why I have him listed in the edge rusher, because I think he could play the edge on a 4-3. He could also kick inside sometimes. But the dude's talented. Physically, he is talented. He was a 5-star recruit. I mean, all the potential in the world. It's just he didn't produce at Michigan. You saw flashes, but not through the duration of there wasn't a game he took over. He had moments in games, but like I said, the production just wasn't there. You don't see a lot of it on tape. So maybe in the next level, someone could really get that out of him, because he can be a really, really good player. And that's why I put him at 4, because, again, tons of potential. Just can we get it out of him? real quick before we continue with the video, I just want to say thank you to everyone for all the support this channel has gotten over the last few months. It really does mean a whole lot to me. But with that being said, I want to propose a challenge, a bro to greatness. I'm trying to get to 100 subs on YouTube and 50 followers on Twitch, and I don't want you to just do it willy-nilly. If you really enjoy the content and you want me to continue to bring more quality content, then go ahead, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Again, it's all appreciated, so back to the video. Enjoy! And at number 5, I got Brian Burns out of Florida State. Man, he is, freakishly good. This man, he produced very well in his last season at Florida State. He's explosive. He's a bit skinny, bit thin. Put on a little bit of weight at the combine, which is a good sign. He retained a lot of his explosiveness. But on the game film, this guy, he can set the edge. He can be a force in the against the run. So it's not like you just have a situational pass rusher. And again, I think with a lot of these pass rushers, you're kind of banking on potential. You're banking on these guys growing into their frames, like a Montez Sweat. So I think with Brian Burns, you're gonna invest your draft pick, hoping he can grow into your how should I say? Like I said with Montez Sweat, you're invested in the product you're gonna get in the next 2 to 3 years, not necessarily that first year. And for my bonus, I got Blevin Barrel out of Clemson. Now, with him, he didn't play a ton of snaps at Clemson, but he was extremely productive when he did. So the question is, do we have an every down player? Because he plays like it when he's on the field, man. He's got the speed, the power, the hands. He's just persistent. He can definitely play against the run, but he's never really been asked, especially in college. He wasn't asked to play a full volume. It's Clemson. They like to rotate their guys in and out. So that's honestly my only question. The only reason he may kind of fall into that 15 to 25 range, but still going to be a first round pick. And for my second bonus for you, don't worry, free of charge, I got Chase Winovich. Man, out of Michigan. This boy, I say this boy, this man, he looks like Clay Matthews, and he could very well play like Clay Matthews. I don't think he's as strong as Clay Matthews, at least not coming out. But no, like, they knew this man has a high motor. This man can play. But no one knew coming into the combine how he was going to explode. He looked athletic. So it's kind of like, wow, man, you watch his film and you're like, yeah, man, he can play. He's a football player. And then you see what he did at the combine, like, my gosh, he could be way more freakishly athletic on the field. Like, there's a ton of potential. I'm like in love with our boy Chase here. I think he's crawling up those draft charts. He might find himself in that first round talk. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what the rumor mill, what the chatter is going into game day. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you found this informational and you could go into the draft maybe knowing a little bit more than you are, and blah blah blah. 3, 2, 1. Anyway, those are my top edge Russian prospects with 2 bonus ones, because that's what I do. Let's be honest, that's what I do. Anyway, hopefully you enjoy the content. If you do, throw a like, do the YouTube thing, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, be easy, my friends.